So I am recording this so that all of you who are not here can see what's going on. We have a room full of people, well, half full of people, seeing this live. Lucky them. So I am going over here, now that I'm blind. Student worker orientation. I'm going to whip through this as quick as I can. So that's where I'm at in the summertime. And we already did, what did you do this summer? Because that is, so we already got to know each other. Let's do it that way. Whoever's not here, we need to get to know you guys too. But this is what I do in the summertime. And we were just talking about adaptive skiing. Go again, Logan. So this is our fun all summer long, along with this, and these pictures are getting old. But when I'm not here, I want you guys to know you can still reach me. My phone number is on the board. If anything comes up at times I'm not here, ask. You don't have to hesitate. It's okay. Reach out. I prefer by text because I do broadcast kind of stuff at night sometimes that I can sneak texts in. It's not a big deal. And I'm happy to do that because I don't ever want you guys to be stuck and feel like, professor's in here asking for something and I don't know what to do. If you don't know what to do, reach out. I can't be here all the hours. That's why we have a crew. So we are a team. Part of why this is here is to say, you don't need to let me know that the autoclave just turned off, or, if it's broken, let me know. That's fine. Or it's raining up. It's not for frivolous things. It's for, if you need me, let me know. Okay. But I never want people to feel like they can't reach out. But when I'm not here, I'm here. Oh yeah. Yep. Favorite ever Halloween. That's how I entered the door one Halloween. That was amazing. That's a little more recent. My daughter actually is driving now, so those other pictures were getting a little old. And Minnie is the dog. She's a fabulous part of the family. So you guys are starting here. I'm expecting you guys to be kind of clean slates. Those that have been here know things. Those that have not been here yet will know things, but you don't know them yet, and that's fine. That's where you're supposed to be. So be patient. We will all learn things together. Some things will be different this year than they were last year. Upgrade. We try to improve every year and do things a little differently. Some things that we did last year worked great. Some things didn't. And that's okay. And we will do our best to fix them. We are a team. And sometimes I don't know what's not going well if you don't tell me. So you guys that have been here, do I ever say, please don't talk to me, I don't want to hear it? Or do I say, tell me, please, come talk to me? Yes, we are a team. This is just here to say, there's a lot of stuff to learn if you want while you're here. That's not a full list of all the things. It's just an idea of, we don't do one or two things. We do like 50 different things. And you may learn all of them in the first year you're here. You might not. It kind of depends sometimes on when you're here as well. And that's okay. So we're going to be doing a lot of training this fall, and I'll get to that later. Things you need to know. Down the hall, room 113 is where you come every day when you start. My office is right inside that door. My office has a door to the hallway. That door doesn't work. Just come inside the door that's open. You are responsible for punching in and out. I am not your gatekeeper on that. You need to do that. If you forget to punch in or punch out, there's a missed punch option on the app. If you don't know how that works, talk to someone who's done it. You guys all that have been doing it, you know how to find that stuff, but your view is different than mine. So help each other out with that. But you need to be on that. Also, at the end of the pay period, it is your responsibility to make sure if you have any missed punches to fix that, and then to also submit your timesheet. This will make sense in a minute, but we have a sheet that is our schedule that is always on the board. And again, this will make sense when you see it. You can't see it on here. There, now you can. Names are on here, and we'll highlight them during the days so that you guys, so I know when pay period's up in 2 weeks, I can go back and be like, oh yeah, that person did show up for that shift. Everything's good. Whoever is the most senior person on that shift should be highlighting. I would prefer if you're not highlighting yourself, if there's 5 other people there who've been here longer than you, then give them the highlighter. They should have the highlighter. You're gonna ask a question though. Sorry.
That didn't really work last year. I remember it happened for like maybe a week.
I'm gonna fix that this time.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix that.
Okay.
So it should be whoever's kind of the most senior person is trying to be the lead of the group during that time, or leaders. It depends on how many are all here. It's all good, but I would prefer if somebody else is highlighting you as the double check that yes, you are actually here. Because if it's just me coming in and highlighting my own name, I can highlight it all and walk away, and I might not be able to find you later. Do we do that? I hope nobody's doing that kind of thing, but sometimes things happen, and we're not going to have that kind of thing happen. So somebody else should be just verifying, yep, you're here. We have to-do lists. A lot of it's on the board. Sometimes I'll have notes written. That kind of varies a little bit. We have lab prep lists where for a specific lab, there's a specific list of these are the items needed for this room on this day. That will cover all that as we get that far. We are going to have more work hours than we have work to do. There was a time when I literally banned phones and homework because there was too much work and not enough workers. We're at the opposite end of that spectrum right now, where we have more people than we have stuff to do. Sometimes are going to be crazy busy, sometimes aren't. Know that going in, but also know that if there is work to be done, you're here to work, not to do your homework, right? If you're punched in and there's some work to be done, if there's dishes sitting there, that stuff needs to happen before you pull out your homework. When you walk in the door, don't pull out your homework before you even check in to see if there's something to do, because that kind of is backwards. When you punch in, you're here to work. Once you get knowing what's going on for the day, if there's nothing at that time, then you can do homework. And that's fine. Bring stuff. Expect that you probably will have time, but you'll figure that out if you're always on a specific shift on the specific day of the week, and you know that, we got 5 labs that afternoon. If you're in that time slot where there's a whole bunch going on later in the day, you are probably not going to be doing any homework because there's going to be a lot of prep to be done. On the flip side, if you happen to be here at a time where there's maybe just some dishes to do, I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody because everybody's schedule is different. Once I get the schedule set, it will be the same for the whole semester. If you need adjustments, tell me. If you find that this is just too many hours for you, tell me. I will change them. It's fine, but let's work together to find what works. Or the flip side, if you find all of a sudden I have this weird gap that I could come in and work a couple more hours, tell me. We can add you in. But let's do that together, okay? If you're on the schedule, you either need to let me know that something came up and you can't make it before your shift, or you're here. I expect if you're on the schedule, you're here. I don't do well with people who just don't show up and don't tell me. I get it. Life happens. Once in a while that might happen. Life happens. But let me know as soon as you can if there's something that is going on, okay? So it is a job. You guys are here for school. School is primary 100% of the time. If you are on a crunch week where you've got lots of exams and you really don't have time to be here working, then just tell me and we will literally cross your name off from that shift, and don't worry about it. You're not coming in. But you got to work that out with me. Please don't just come in and cross off and don't say anything, because then I don't know. And then later on, I'm like, oh, well, I thought that person was coming and I was counting on them for something. I need to be able to plan too. So we are a team and need to work as one. Okay, next. So what do we do? All the things. So when you are in a lab class, there's stuff ready for class. That's us. We do that. We do all the setups. We take things to lab. We take them out of lab. We take care of the hazardous and biohazardous waste. I will show you how to do that. We clean rooms. We process glassware. We stock shelves. We do whatever needs to be done. Whatever we are asked to do, that is us. We are the hands and the customer service, so to speak. There are some specialty jobs. If you are interested in driving van, talk to me because I need van drivers badly. There are sometimes some specific roles, like working with specific animals, or if you're not assigned to work with an animal, don't work with the animal. You'll be trained on what to do. General, always clean up after yourself. Do not leave it for somebody else. Put stuff away where it goes. If you don't know where it goes, just ask. It's okay. Big pet peeve of mine is somebody didn't know where it goes, so they just, thought maybe I could put it over here, and then nobody can find it when it's needed. You have to put things away where they go. When in doubt, ask. Checklists will be available. Don't throw out checklists. Don't erase things. Just mark off, check off and put your initials that you did whatever that thing was. But please don't just erase it, because otherwise I'll go back and be like, there was something here and I'm trying to remember what it was. Just leave it there and let me erase things. Initial and date everything you do. And the date includes the year. Sometimes I'm seeing just a month and a day. Put the year too, please. You're all good. If you gotta go, you're good. Thank you. Stay out of the animal room unless you are given permission by me to be in there. There is no such thing as a stupid question. And really, I mean that. If you don't know, you don't know. It's okay. Come and we'll find out what the answer is. So you get the idea, okay? I'm talking a million miles an hour here. Tape. We're actually going to watch this.
Oftentimes when labeling buffer bottles or reagents for an experiment, we'll use tape. And everyone knows it's always a bit of a difficulty getting the tape back off. So one quick trick is to actually, before putting the tape on, fold the corner back onto itself.
And not like an inch.
So at the end of the experiment, you simply grab the tape and rip it off. And so you'll never fumble around with a razor blade scraping off tape again.
It's actually a big enough deal that somebody made a video. So it's like, really, it makes a difference. Okay, so when you label things, you need that piece of tape that's got the little, this is my little fold over on my piece of tape. It's got what it is. It's got the date, including the year. It's got my initials because I made it. If you're making the piece of tape for somebody else who's making it, put their initials on it because they're the ones that actually mixed the stuff. This should be whoever actually did it, okay? Not just because you happen to be the one writing the stuff down. I don't want to take credit for something that somebody else mixed and then there was an issue with it. They measured something wrong by mistake and then your initials are there. I'm coming to you to ask that question, but you're not going to know the answer because you didn't actually do it. I want to know who to go to ask the question. This is autoclave tape. We'll cover that another time. And spelling counts. You actually need to spell things right. If you're not sure, look at the bottle. Van drivers, if you want to be a van driver, we have 12 passenger vans. They're big. You need extra training to be able to drive one, but if you drive one, you will definitely be able to get some extra hours in very easily and get to know some of our instructors and whatnot, which is really, really a good thing. No food or drink at any lab bench. Use the cubbies and use the desk. Biggest reason for this is that we do sometimes have bacteria kind of things going on the island. I would prefer if we do not have, especially do not have food there. If you end up having like a water bottle that's a closed bottle, I'm not going to freak out about that. I've been a little bit lax this last couple of years on that, but we're starting to get to the where I'm seeing people eating snacky foods and stuff on the island. That's really not a great choice because we are doing bacteria things every once in a while. I want to keep everybody safe, okay? So at that desk on the side by the wall, that is fair game for anybody to eat there or go out in the hallway. There's tables nearby. But let's refrain from doing any actual food at the island. I will be getting the Canvas page up and going soon. I have some things on there now, but we are going to utilize that more and more for keeping track of things for training and whatnot. The action wall, I will get to that in a minute. Please, we're pretty good, but please don't wear things like flip-flops or, used to be we said no shorts. I gave up on that. You guys can wear shorts. Wear what's appropriate for the weather. Do not wear your favoriteest things here or big loose baggy kind of stuff that's going to get in the way as you're trying to do anything. Best is, most of the time you're going to see me with tennis shoes, jeans, and a t-shirt, sweatshirt, that type of thing, because it makes it easy to work in. And sometimes we work with dyes and chemicals, so again, don't wear your favorite thing here because, that stuff happens. I wrecked one of my pairs of shoes because I spilled dye. As I was trying to fill a bottle, I turned it off the wrong way, and it ended up all over the floor, all over my shoes. I still wear those shoes, but they're weird. So just realize We don't want that to happen, and we do have lab coats, but I just am giving you that heads up now that that's a thing. Okay, so our schedule, each block, I know people get this eventually, but sometimes it's hard to figure out as you start. It's really not that hard. Each block is 30 minutes. Whatever time is next to it is when that 30 minutes starts. So like this person is scheduled to work starting at 6 o'clock and ends at 9. So 30 minutes, so 2 blocks make an hour. So that's a 1, 2, 3 hour shift. Does that make sense? Whatever time is listed here is the time that person starts. So the first time that their name shows up. So Shannon starts at 2:30 and goes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. That's 2.5 hours. So they're done at 5. I honestly have people help each other out because I still have people who've been here for a while that this confuses somehow. And I'm trying to make it simple, but we're help each other out. This is what the board looks like now in the room. We are going to do this again this year. I don't have all of our pictures done yet, but I will very, very quickly here get those done. Your name is on there, your picture's on there, partially so that y'all can get to know each other. If a professor comes in, they'll know that, oh, Jaden's here today. Okay, I can find Jaden. I know he'll know how to do whatever is happening. The procedure is grab your picture off of the freezer that's behind this, put your picture on here, write down what time you checked in, whatever time it was when you punched in, anything you did while you were here. There's all these clips that have stuff on it already. If it's easy just to grab a clip and put it on there of what you did, great. Otherwise, grab one of the expo markers and write it down. When you're done for the day, write down what time you left. This, at a glance, I can look at this and be like, oh, okay, they're both here. They're in the room. I can see them. I can grab them if I need them. Or when they showed up, maybe the room was full and somebody went and sat somewhere else. But I know they're still here. If I need help, I can go find them. You should be in 113 as your home base the whole time as much as possible. There are going to be shifts where there's too many people versus the number of chairs, but pay attention to when chairs are going to open up, because the last thing I ever want is for somebody to be like, oh, we're full, I'm never going to be needed, I'm just going to go, I don't know, upstairs on a table up there and stay there for my whole shift, punch out and leave later. Please don't do that. That makes my head explode. You need to actually be findable. If you are here working, even though I might not need you right now, I might need you in 10 minutes. And you can't read my mind of what's coming up, and I can't read the minds of the faculty who are going to magically show up and say, hey, I need some help with this. And then I need to be able to find people. And this way I at least know who's here at a glance. This is the highlighted sheet. You can see a couple of shifts got crossed off because people weren't here, but you also see the highlights. And highlight as you go. If it's 9 in the morning, you're not going to be highlighting your whole shift because you haven't booked it yet. You highlight it as we go. I think that's it for this picture. This is posted in there as well, as far as this is the federal law on how work breaks work. If you are here for more than 6 hours, Kronos automatically takes, if you don't punch out for that 30-minute break, it automatically reduces your shift by 30 minutes. If you ended up working all 6 hours and did not take a break, tell me, because I actually can go in on the back end and remove that break from what you did. Otherwise, you're going to miss 30 minutes. But technically, you get that break. You can walk away and take the break. Just coordinate. Okay? So this, I will have posted in there. You don't have to memorize it. I'm going to have something of, this is not created yet, but I am going to have something similar to this where there is going to be every day a list of things that need to happen. Questions? Anything? I talked really fast. Yes.
Do like Adela and I have to redo the rat training stuff?
City training is fine for 2 years, I think. As far as other stuff, once we get the team together, we will get coordinated. So yeah, with different animal care stuff, we were going to get some teams created, and I will do specific training with the people who are doing each thing, and I want to be in the middle of it so that we are totally on the same page. Every room, every critter, whatever we've got, we're going to have some kind of a list that anybody who walks in and be like, oh, look, yeah, somebody did feed them today. It'll be there so that it's known. And I am going to be asking people to take ownership to pieces that they are given. Because we tried to do a little bit of stuff by team last spring and didn't quite go the way I intended it to go, but we'll fix that. We'll be doing a little bit of a little to that flavor, but we also are going to be doing a ton of training this fall, because one of the biggest classes, labs, that kept us super busy no longer has a lab. So that's the 212 does not have lab anymore. So that's going to free us up quite a bit. So we're going to do like lots of skills. You guys will know how to do things. We're going to train this fall. And then when spring hits and we are having to make media and all that, y'all are going to know what to do and not have any concerns. Yeah.
I want to make sure, so before our shift, we always meet in that classroom down over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We'll always start in 113, and there should be notes on the board. The screen that had the ribbons on it, where all those papers are on the right, actually is where I normally will have listed things that need to happen. These are here because I needed people in the spring to fill out their availability form. That's not normally there. And this, we actually ordered t-shirts last year, made cool t-shirts. I do have yours. And I got yours. So that was why that was there. But yeah, this was a checklist of some things that needed to happen. There should always be to-do items here. If you're ever in and it's blank, poke your head in my office and just, hey, you need me to do anything right now? I love when people do that. That said, I'm also going to say, poke your head in and see if anything needs to be done. I may or may not have time to chit chat. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I never want to feel like I'm being rude to anybody if I'm like, I got to get back to this. But if I have 40 people plus 5 faculty doing that, I don't get any work done. So just being real. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. There will be more information coming, and that's it for now.